Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily stock market review for the trading day ending Monday, November 16th. Firstly to the S&P 500, and here we see a bullish candle today, a very large white body candle, and a good solid answer to the selling of the previous three trading days. The buyers have closed with control. They've taken that control away from the sellers, and they've built some very good solid upside momentum. A couple of important areas of resistance have been taken out also. The bottom of the highlighted zone around this 2040 level, a previous resistance level, has been taken out to the upside, and also the small window that was opened up previously. The market did, however, fail to take out the Kijun-sen, and the Kijun-sen for today has held at the high and has the price action has been able to trade above there with the market closing around that level. That suggests that we should be watching this area very, very closely. It's around 2060, and a strong bullish breakout up above the Kijun-sen could easily see the market testing up to the Tenkan-sen resistance around 2066, 2067. Above the Tenkan-sen we have potentially strong resistance at the window that was opened up about 3 trading periods ago. Importantly, the market found support at the 2019 level. And this was an area where some strong support came in the previous time that we were testing down around here. Very similar type of candle, closed very similar, almost around the same level, very close to being exactly the same level, and suggests that there is good potential for further upside. Now, even though we haven't seen the trend change technically, and we have the buyers strongly in control and strongly committed here, we have seen formation of a potential bullish engulfing reversal pattern, and that's where we have a downtrend in place. We have the black body, we have the white body here that engulfs the previous body, and it suggests that there is a very good possibility of a change of trend in the market trading to higher levels. And just looking at that pattern that we viewed previously, and we had a head and shoulders reversal pattern that has been completed and has almost met its target. Here we had the uptrend in place, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, the close down below the neckline, and then the strong selling that came in with the market getting within 3 points of that target. So it has been a very successful pattern. If you recall, we were watching the area around this previous support, previous resistance area to act as resistance, and it did suggest that the target was one that may not be exceeded. Now, that doesn't mean that we may not see the sellers come back into the market, but really with the market getting within 3 points of this target, it does suggest that the pattern has now pretty much been completed, and we could see the market rally back up towards the neckline here. That'll be an important area where we could find some resistance coming in. Now, looking to the bands here, and with the S&P, and very important what's happened here today in terms of the bands. We had the potential for the market to transition into a strong bear phase, but as you know, we require that we see the breakout, and then we see strong follow-through in that direction, continuing in the same direction. We haven't seen that today. So previously we saw the strong bearish breakout down below the lower band. It set the market up for a potential strong bearish tone in the medium-term time frame to the downside. And what we've seen today is the buyers come back in, and the lack of follow-through, suggesting that the market hasn't yet transitioned into that strong bearish bias. Next to the Dow 30, and a very similar type of candle here, the market trading up through the highs of the previous day's trading, and outside day in bar chart terms. This is a potential key reversal in bar chart terms, and a very, very strong reversal. In candlestick terms, it's also a potential bullish engulfing pattern, and for both of those reversals we do require confirmation. Importantly, important areas have been taken out, and the previous strong support area had potential to hold as resistance at 17,350. The Kijun-sen indicator and the small window that was opened up, they've been taken out in a strong bullish manner, suggesting very good potential for further upside. But as with the S&P, potential resistance around the Tenkan-sen around 17,587. and with the pattern with the Dow 30, and here we had the pattern exceeded, so this pattern has been a little bit more successful. Very similar type of pattern, the trend, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, the close down below the neckline, and the target was down around 17,268, so that target has been exceeded and quite successful. As far as trading the pattern, however, the market met its target within 2 candles, and certainly not a terribly successful pattern to trade here. Next to the NASDAQ 100, and we saw some selling from the open. The market closed down below the previous close, found solid support coming in at 4483 and bounced off that support in a very strong bullish manner. The buyers being in control for almost the entire day, except for that small selling that we saw at the open, and the buyers showing very strong commitment, closing the market with very strong control, closing up at the high. We also saw the market take out key resistance levels at the bottom of this highlighted zone, 4, 5, 10, taking out the Kijun-sen indicator, and importantly taking out the top of that highlighted zone around 4, 5, 5, 4, and closing just around the previous resistance level around 4, 5, 6, 2. If we do see this market continue to rally, excuse me, we have potentially strong resistance around this window that was opened up that extends from about 4575 up to about 4585, so a 10-point window, but there is good potential off the build of this upside momentum that we could see further upside in this market. And to the bands with the NASDAQ 100, and here we see the market continuing to trade within the bands. It certainly does suggest that that strong bullish bias that we saw previously is no longer there. But with some buying coming into the market, we should be watching the upper band around 4609 to potentially hold as resistance. What we'd like to see in terms of the buyers is a bullish breakout above the upper band and then strong bullish follow through. That would confirm a resumption of this strong bullish bias. If we do see any selling continue, looking to the middle of the bands around 4449 to hold a support. And to the Russell 2000 on the daily charts with with Ichimoku, and here we see formation of a white body candle, buyers taking control away from sellers, and this is the theme across all of the indices, that the buyers have closed with very strong control, building strong upside momentum, and it certainly does suggest that there is a very real possibility of continued upside. No change of trend here technically. It is a bullish engulfing pattern, or a potential bullish engulfing pattern. We will require confirmation. Problem here for the buyers in terms of the Russell 2000 is slightly different. We have the market trading within the cloud, and there is potential to find strong resistance at the top of the cloud, so we might not see the market transition into a strong bull phase if that resistance holds at 1161, 1162. If we do see the Russell 2000 breach up through the top of the Ichimoku cloud, there is potentially strong resistance around this 1167, 1168 area, with the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen trading roughly around that area. Moving next to our sector ETFs on the daily charts, and one of the stronger sector here is the industrial sector. Its relative strength comparative is above the 100% level, as is the momentum of the relative strength. The tone of the trend in both of those indicators is very strong and suggesting that there is an outperformance here in the industrial sector against the overall market. In terms of Ichimoku, we had the market trading down below both the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, and this strong rally today has seen the market just testing around the Tenkan-sen indicator, just slightly above, and this suggests that there is good potential for further upside. In terms of the bands, however, the sector is now trading around that middle band, and we should be watching that very closely as to whether it holds as resistance or if we can breach up through there and trade up to the upper band. The band chart is still, it's not as convincing as the Ichimoku chart at the moment, but a bullish breakout up above the upper band, trading roughly around 54.85 at the moment, could see even further strength in this sector against the overall market. And quickly looking at a few stocks, and Amazon is the first. That was a very strong outperformer in recent times, but over the last few days has been pulling back, as the remainder of the market has, as the overall market has. But the formation of a weaker candle here today than we've seen with the overall market suggests that there is some underperformance here. There is potential for the buyers to come back into this stock, and the formation of a hammer type pattern suggests that we could see that change of trend to the upside. But looking at the relative strength comparative here, we are above the 100% level, as is the momentum of relative strength, but the momentum of relative strength is down below that lower band and moving back towards that 100% level, and suggesting that we may not see a continuation of the strong performance of Amazon against the overall equities market in the short-term time frame. Looking to VeriSign, VRSN is the code for this stock, and here we see very solid buying coming into the stock today. A large white body candle taking out a potential resistance area, and we have formation of a pivot point buy signal, and also the market trading once again back up through the upper band, highlighting a very strong tone to the trend in the medium term time frame. In terms of relative strength comparative, up above 100%, the tone of that trend is strong, as is momentum as well. So very, very strong outperforming stock. Another strong performer here is GE, General Electric, and solid buying coming in here, a white body candle, finding support down below the 10% indicator. Relative strength comparative is pointing up. It's the tone of that relative strength is strong, as is the tone of the relative strength momentum. It's above 100%, but we have seen the direction of that change just slightly, and it suggests that we could see this come up, so we should be watching very closely. Another strong performer here was Paychex, PAYX is the code, and solid buying coming in, strong white body candle bouncing off 10% support. Relative strength comparative is strong, the tone of the trend is strong, as is momentum of relative strength, suggesting very strong outperformance, and once again price action up above the upper band, suggesting the tone of the overall trend in the medium term time frame is strong.